Welcome to Archangel Revelations and Prophecies 444. I am Gad, the host. A viewer requested a natal chart analysis and to help speed things up because I have a lot of people waiting. He's agreed to get the free written report later. He's gonna let me do like I do when I come out sometimes with the space chart. I just go through the chart. If I see anything any numbers that really have to be looked at, of course we're gonna look at them. Um, that would just save a lot of time, a lot of writing and things. We'll get back to it. But he'll have the report, and he'll have a good idea what's going on. Gonna answer a lot of questions. All right, what I'm doing right now is going to the natal numerology page, and that's in the description box below. Webs.com. Come on. I want to see why I didn't take it last time. Prophecy last day. I already took it this time, I think. All right, but he's got some unique stuff already. So I already went to Doreen Virtue, and I went to a couple other places. I want to mention it. Now what I might do is send him whatever I'm writing down, but I'm still gonna send him the full updated probably sometime next week. Alright, give me a second. Alright, so as you can see, Sun sign Libra. Person's gonna be all about harmony, possibly relationships, balance, peace, justice. He'll have a very strong sense of what's fair. Moon sign Gemini. So now you're starting in the twin flame era. Because you know the moon, well, sun is divine masculine. And if you want to go biblical, that's what Jesus Christ symbolized. The SU in righteousness, the eastern star, day star, morning star. That's all Jesus. The divine masculine, the sun. But the moon is the nurturing mother, the nighttime moon. The moon prefigures the Old Testament with the law. The sun prefigures the New Testament with the grace, the light that comes out of the darkness. So I just noticed it's 717. Like I said, when we get to those areas, each house, we will be talking about the numbers. But I just see the 717, so immediately I looked at that, and I went to Doreen Virtue. I also went to Writing the Beast for the numerology. They didn't have 717. It says your inner vision and heart's desire are right on course. Confidently move forward with your plans. So you could kind of tell this individual. I don't know if he knows it or not, but he has intuitive skills, intuitive gifts, and he's also got a twin flame situation going on because you got the moon, the reincarnation, Gemini, the twins, and he's gonna have a connection to the eighth house one way or another. Just looking at it, and even with the 7-1 right away, you see the 8 right there. And if you take it further, 7-1 is 8, 8 and 7, 15 is 6, and that's the love or the lovers, which is the twin flame. In fact, the lovers card is number 6. So he's definitely got that twin flame thing going on, and we'll learn more about it. So he's got the couple, sun, moon, twin flame. So it's going to be kind of mystical. And he's going and the moon rules Pisces, spiritual, which is why I started off talking about the Bible. And spiritual can be also psychic. And the moon also rules Cancer, which is why this gentleman should do the research on Cancer, Capricorn, the gods, or the higher angels that came into our lives as humans. That'll be in the form he gets, but it's also in the description box. So that way he'll definitely have it. He'll have two ways to get it: in the description box of this video or this form I'm going to send him. But if I send him the form I'm using right now, it'll still probably be updated. It just depends. I may get more done than I expected. Who knows? We'll see. Now, this gentleman probably won't know anything about Noble Drew Ali, but see, he says Capricorn 913. Well, in 1913, that was the whole thing with the Moors and Noble Drew Ali in the United States of America, and Noble Drew Ali was a Capricorn. So this dude is working off those kind of energies. Now, I want to keep this moving, so I don't want to get too deep. But with my twin flame, a lot of that got traced back to the Moors too. A lot of places she stood was with the Moors. She had this unique connection to the moon, and she used to always hang out in what I call the alleyway, Noble Drew Ali or alleyway, and then right across the street was Aldi's. So once again, you're still dealing with the whole Aldi or Noble Drew Ali or Noble Drew Aldi, and Allah. All that is so it's there as energies, and when you understand more about reincarnation, you might have been totally something else in your past life. Now you're in this life. It goes on and goes on and goes on. But not trying to get too deep with it. So then you have Aries, which is that aggression, very very focused. Pope Benedict is an Aries, very focused, very very lot of energy, and they can ram you too if necessary. So then your medium Coeli at 913. And they said the ascendant masters are guiding. This is Doreen Virtue. The ascendant masters are guiding you to hold positive visions of yourself, enjoying your spirituality-based career. Now you got to understand, they're talking about your spirituality-based career in medium Coeli. Now really, medium Coeli should be your 10th house, or your career house. I don't know what your medium Coeli is yet, because I want to wait till I get there. On your natal, I want to go around. Just want to go around the natal chart. So we'll see when we get there. But they may be encouraging you to have a spiritual based career. And again, you have a lot of Noble Drew Ali energy. If you don't know anything about Noble Drew Ali, you can check it out on YouTube. Yeah, I'm out here in the Midwest. Who the hell is Noble Drew Ali? I don't know, but I'm just cracking around. Cause, like out there in Arizona and stuff, they got a lot of stuff. Even a lot of stuff, a lot of mysteries about Tupac is out there in Arizona, believe it or not. He had like a following that I wasn't aware of until I don't know if you people know Thug Life Army. That used to be a website. Dude named Robert used to run that. I don't know if he's still out there now, but I know Robert got real sick. But he was a big Tupac and Tupac conspiracy and all that. And I found out in the Midwest, they was riding deep. They was riding deep with Pac in the Midwest. So this guy might know about Noble Drew Ali. Who knows? Now, there's another one called the Bible Wheel. Oh man, give me a second. I'll get it back. I gotta say Bible Wheel. I wanted you to have that website. Oh boy. Alright, we had it back. The Bible Wheel 913. Come on, what just happened? So you should, if you want, you could study that. Because I was talking to you about Noble Drew Ali in 1913. And he was a Capricorn. Alright, bye. And also 913 is also the Midwest because it's Kansas City. So they're definitely talking to you, and sometimes like you have to know, like it has to be in your intuition, and if you just start trusting more in your inner self, like these numbers are telling you, you'll get some of these answers. I can like point you in the right direction, but it's inside of you. Now in the Bible wheel, in the beginning, they say, and the reason why in the beginning is important because at your sun sign starts at 0, and that could be either a dead stop or an end to something, but it could also be a beginning of something. And since we're right here, we'll do the 39 right now. We'll do the 39. Harmony is 39, and that's what Libra is. Balance. So it's definitely talking about your twin soul, your twin flame. See, I'll make an announcement to anybody because I don't know I don't know people's situations. You may already know your twin. You might have already met them. You might be with them. You all might have met and separated. You might have been with somebody, but you didn't know they were your twin and you separated. Who knows? But I'm learning from all of this. I'm just a very realistic person. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. But I'm just like a really down to earth guy. So I'm not, and I've been through a lot. So you're not gonna see me like Mr. Happy Pappy. But I've learned one thing from all of this. Watch how you respond. Just because you feel shitty, you can't say, I feel shitty. Because that's just me. I'm just an honest person. Uh, and they say guys like Gary are like that. They're really, really, they're unbelievably way too honest and stuff. That's too much information, Gary. So so I don't know. But what I learned from all of this is, try to, just be smiling. Because that person is looking at you, that could be your twin soul. And what happens is if you're feeling crappy or whatever, and you figure, who cares? They're not interested in me. But they're staring, and then you're looking at them like, why are you staring at me? Or you get mad, but that actually could be your twin soul. So I'm just telling you that because of the numerology I'm already seeing. So the Bible will says in the beginning, but it also says God the Father. So you have a high spirituality thing going on. And again, like I said, I don't know people personally, but just to let you know. See, the whole purpose of the natal chart for anybody that hears this, because I get a lot of contacts and people they're not really sure. See, a natal chart is just it's going to be a foundation. When I'm done with it, that's like your foundation. This is what the creator, this is what the universe said was going to go through you in this life, your journey. And then for people that want to add the angel card reading, again, you would ask your specific questions, and that's like for clarity for you. But when you get into the point where you say, hey, I'm going through this, or I'm seeing that, or seeing that, that's totally different. That's what's called the consultation. That's a totally different thing. And a lot of people mix it up. But you will have clarity. You will have clarity if you do the natal chart. It's that people, you have this a focus thing. You can't be, oh, I'm over here, I've been seeing a number, blah, blah, or blah, 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 or all the supernatural stuff's going on in my life. Well, your natal chart will give you a foundation of what your purpose is and may answer some of those questions. But the thing is, it's like a map. So if you want to be on your journey, you want to get on a map and keep going. You don't want to get caught up on everything because you're always going to see numbers. You always have supernatural stuff. A lot of us have been through things in our lives. But when you want that to be analyzed or talked about, that's different. That's totally different. That's like a consultation. And that, to be honest with you, it could mean a lot, but it could also mean anything. You need the natal chart, and then the angel card reading can help as well. But you definitely need that natal chart because that is your map for life. That's your foundation. So the people I meet, I try to get them, focus back on the chart or realize what you want because it's two different things, two different services, and you got to know that. Alrighty. Yeah, so you got that 039. So they say anytime you see a zero, it means you're close to the energy of God. And you see it in your numerology. So that'll be one of the biggest things on your chart, just to let you know. See, believe me, I would never give anybody a crappy chart. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to do is just keep it moving because there's so many people. And everybody has a desire, because I get people that are very pushy. Like, I understand you're going through something, but there's other people, so I try to share, try to keep the line moving. And maybe I don't get you everything at once, but you do get something, and I'll come back and get the other part. But think about other people. And that's why I said we had to really be specific with everything. When you're asking these questions, they have to be specific. The package you're choosing, the option you're choosing has got to be specific. It just works better. Everything's moving smoothly. Like the angel, like I said, is always going to take the path. The energy is going to take the path of least resistance. They want to move smoothly, so you have to move smoothly, and it just can't. It can't be all over the spectrum, and. So it's not me trying. Like everybody knows, when we have more time, I do a whole way more. But once I start seeing lines, like I'm trying to address everybody because I don't know what everybody's going through. But we have to be realistic. Now this gentleman right here, again, he's got some type of God connection, noble duality connection, more connection, twin flame thing. He's got a lot. He's a highly spiritual person. So that's why I say that's what you would. Once you have that map, you focus, and then like he will get this written form from me today. I'm gonna try to just go through all this with the numbers if I can. But they don't have his foundation on that's what you want to start looking at. See, that's the truth. What happens is people get caught up. See, when you come to this planet, you have an assignment if it's in your natal chart. But there's negative energy here. So they're gonna hit you with a lot to get you distracted. So again, I try to meet people. I meet people who try to bring me up to that distraction area, and I'm like, no, go to the natal chart. Let's stop there. No, I don't want you to go. And they're trying to control the situation. Like, no, I'm the one that's been doing this for decades. I know, and I've got too many people that I'm helping to stop for that one person that wants to be like a live wire. This is about humbling yourself and submitting to the archangels. It's not about you telling somebody, "Oh no, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do it that way." We all gotta submit. It's all about surrender. I just found out that's what the 11th house Aquarius is really about. The twin souls surrendering for the greater good. Hey, that sounds like communism, you pinko. No, I'm not a commie. I'm talking metaphysically and astronomically. But as above, so below. And also astrologically. Alright, so what are we doing here? Okay, so we'll get out of here. This is your retrograde section that we'll come back to. Come on. Now, some people have problems with the supernatural and energies, so it says lower energies, how to overcome negative energies and harassing spirits. That's also should be in the description box, but it's also on his free report. All right. First house of self. Now, normally I would write all this down. So remember, if you do happen to get your report, you're still gonna get an updated one. So you'll hear me say a lot of things, but when you get your updated report, it'll all be written in. And I appreciate that you let me do it this way because we can get through this a whole lot faster. Okay, Aries. So it's pretty cool because they actually I guess you could say it that way. If you see how everything is almost perfect, so I think you're somewhat of a perfectionist. I probably wouldn't want to be around you. But the only reason why I wouldn't want to be around you because I've been like you gotta understand my whole thing. I was in cults where they make you do all this stuff perfect, but they're but the biggest hypocrites you want to meet. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying and then God's been beating the crap out of me. So I learned you got to be an excellent teacher, but then you got to let people kind of be people. Like you can't. And I'm just saying, I'm just sharing that with you because you believe me, you'll have like you'll mess your life up. Because that's the vibe I'm getting off of you. Because your chart is like your first house is Aries, and that is the first house. It's like perfect alignment. And then you all the way on your right side, it looks like everything's like they're like soldiers. Like I just got finished talking about a line, and that's what like everybody's in a line, and everybody's waiting, or everybody's got a job to do in that line and stuff. So I don't know if you're military or not like that, but I could definitely see you. Left, right. So I've learned to just chill out, like let the spirit in, you know, not to be so much a perfectionist. Let the spirit in. Realize the sun is still gonna come out tomorrow, no matter how upset we get. All right, so your first house, and again, I'm gonna say it. You'll probably hear me say this a couple of times because I just don't want anybody saying, "Hey, why isn't that written here?" Because you're gonna get an updated full report in about a week or so. But right now, we're just gonna go through so you have an idea what's going on in your life with your chart, and you will get this chart today as well. First house, Aries. It's also your true north node. This is the house that you should be working on. So that's your Aries, that's your ascendant. So you have a lot of Eastern energies helping you. And it is a twin flame journey. And your ascendant. And the only thing is you have a Vesta retrograde. So you have to wonder why you have such a powerful house with the East light energies, Aries. Why would you have a Vesta retrograde in that house? And this is the house you're supposed to be working on. So let me put that in your section of retrogrades. Vesta retrograde first house. Excuse me. So that would be my first question. Well, why is So we're gonna try to. We know number 15 can deal with materialistic people, but that's usually when you see Capricorn. And materialism doesn't necessarily always have to be money. It's just an earthly person. They're more interested in the earth that they don't ascend. They get trapped. That's number 15. But guess what? That's still Capricorn though, because you have Capricorn in your sign. So I think that's like a warning to you to don't get earthly. See, you got to be spiritual. That's what I'm trying to tell you because we come to earth and you got to be perfect and according to your chart, you'll be able to do that. Like you'll be one of those people that be here bright and early, be here at 6, and you'll really be there at 6 because that's how I used to be. But the truth of the matter is, people won't start marching in like 6:45, 6:10. And when you're dealing with the military, it might be more. I said 6, 6 o'clock. You better be there at 6 o'clock. But outside of that, of real life, people say 6 o'clock. Like bankers, they say, "Oh, we open up at 9," but if you get there at 9, a lot of them are looking at you really evil. Like, why did you have to get here at 9? It's like you got to fill it out. If they're really disciplined, if they say 6 o'clock, it will be. But if you can tell that it's not, then you just gotta learn how to let it go. Because you gotta ask yourself. You gotta listen to what I'm saying because a lot of times it sounds like I'm rambling, but then I go right in and prove it. Like they disagree with me. But when you got a Vesta retrograde, Vesta is a lot of energy. And that's a very energetic house. And you got the light energies in there. So that's a lot of energy. So you don't expect to see Vesta retrograde in that house. So you have to ask yourself why. Why would Vesta be? Okay, so I'm trying to give me a second. So we know 15 can sometimes it can mean ascension, but a lot of times it means a person is too caught up in We'll do the next year ascendant. So we'll do number 48. Alright. That's just a union. And your true note is at 1 or first beginning. See what I'm saying? Now, see, now you got a 1. This is your first house, and then you got a 1 there with your true node. 1 again. So that's what you are. Like, it's leadership, but 1 is also for like really strong leaders. But it's also, to my opinion, still like that perfectionist. Like you might just be able to, you gotta know how to loosen up. It all depends. Like I said, if you were in the military, then of course you got to be on point because they expect you to be, and you're gonna have to answer to somebody. But and if you're at a job and you got to answer to your bosses, of course you got to be a little direct. But sometimes you can loosen up, and that's the main thing I'm getting is loosen up, because you'll drive people crazy, you'll drive yourself crazy, and God's looking at you because God is saying, well, you're supposed to be a representative of Jesus or a representative of God, and there has to be some type of mercy. So you can't say it's like these people that go love and light. They go love and light, but they're like dark and selfish. You know, and I see it all the time. I'm not saying everybody that says love and light is a hypocrite, but I meant my share. So don't use catchphrases. You know, you gotta have that love and light. Like if you're gonna say it, you gotta display it. Otherwise, it's a hypocrite. And people don't realize that your words are powerful, and you can bring a curse on yourself if you say, because Jesus said, "Let your yes mean yes, your no mean no." Anything else is from the devil. So some people are caught up on catchphrases. And that's why whenever I deal with people, that's the first thing I try to let them know. Like, say what you mean what you say, especially when you're dealing with these angels. And Jonathan Kleck told him that Michael the Archangel told him the same thing, basically. You can't just say words because they sound nice. And then 21 is a perfect harmony. So your first house is about harmony, but it's still a little mysterious because they're not really telling you who or what the target is. And I'm looking at your numerology to see if I can find. But I know this is a twin flame, natal chart. We've already proven that for the most part. And then we'll do your number 12 just to see what happens. So your true north node is your ascendant. They're allowing you to use, and that could be what it is. I don't know. Come on, what am I looking for? 12. Come on. So that Vesta, that Vesta definitely looks like it has something to do with past life. Yeah, you know, think about it. I want you to think I'm talking personally to you. That's the only, right now. That's the only reasonable. That's the only reasonable explanation. You would too. You would too. Whatever you are, too energetic, too invested. That's what Vesta's saying. You should have chilled out. Because that's a vibe. But not fully your fault. That's why we need our charts. That's why I said I'm more interested. I mean, I want to, like, if I definitely, I'm trying to give everybody what I feel they need. You definitely need your rent report, because sometimes some people like to read. But the main thing you really need, you need to hear it. So that's how I say do it. Especially when we're like this, because otherwise it could take forever to get it. If you want it all together, it could take forever, because like it's people ahead of you and stuff like that. And I'm doing the best I can. And I'm gonna make sure everybody gets everything that they need. And then for the people that keep trying to teach me, you can't teach me. I've been doing this forever. I understand you're going through stuff, but everybody's going through stuff. But we have to focus on why you're here, which is the natal chart or angel card readings. If you feel, even this guy said, if you feel I need it, he didn't even say. He kind of felt it should be on the chart, and he's kind of right. But they do help wake you up a little bit, because there might be stuff going on directly you want to ask questions about. That's totally up to the person. But I can't. You know, some people see auras and stuff like that. There's not a whole lot I can do. I can ask the angels, but again, that's a different thing. And that's why I give people, whoever contacts me, I give them a list. You have to know what you're choosing, Because if you don't know what you're choosing, and you're gonna be like, hey, what? I need help over here. I'm gonna say, well, you didn't choose that. So make sure you know what you're choosing. That's why take just a couple extra seconds to make sure you know what's going on. I'd rather do it that way, because in that way it's clear, it's clarity. And like I said, that's how the angels work. They don't like confusion. They work in clarity. They're gonna take that spirit energy is gonna take the path of least resistance to get to its destiny. Just like electricity and the current. All right, so that's what I think. So I'm putting you best to retrograde was you were too much in the past life, too much, too good, too perfect. They say 6 o'clock. You might have got there at 5:15, ready to go, and everybody else is getting in at 6 and 6:05 and 6:15 and 6:20. I don't know. I don't know if you had a nervous condition, because some people get really nervous. Like they start getting really upset. Like if they're there ready to go at 6 and you don't pull up to like 6:15, they be kind of getting nervous. So it's shaky because they're really upset. All right, so we'll put that up there. May have been too perfect in a past life. And then I'm gonna put like the number 1 in parentheses. Alright, now I want to move on to your second house. Finances, and nothing there, just Taurus. But that's still good. So I mean, Taurus, that's what it means. You have finance. You'll definitely have finances and possessions in this life. So that that's a good thing. Third house is Gemini. See, now you see 21 again, which is perfect harmony. It's 7 triple 7 perfect harmony, and 22. See, so you definitely got a twin flames thing going on. That's the 22 number, twin flame. And then you got the moon at 717. 717. Well, since we're right here, and I'm still logged in, we'll go back to angel therapy. And we'll see what 717 is saying. Your inner vision and heart's desires are right on course. Confidently move forward with your plans. So they keep talking about your inner vision, heart's desire. So they want you to use intuitive powers, extrasensory perceptive gifts. And we may have looked at that number before, but I thought I said 716. Maybe it was 717. See, you got Lilith at 1. So you notice how you got a lot of your 2 north is at 1. Then you got Lilith at 1. And of course, she's retrograde. So you got healing for twin flame situations in your third house of communication. See, it's always going to be communications. Like I said, my twin will not talk, and that's why everything got... She was slow to talk, but quick to get revenge. So how you going to get revenge on somebody you ain't never talked to? You don't even know what you're doing. And if you notice, they go Lilith right there. Lilith retrograde, because Lilith will get payback. That's that Lilith energy. But she'll also bless you if you make her feel a certain way. But if you don't, you get payback. You get her payback. It can be wicked. Alright, so I'm going to put Lilith retrograde, third house communication. And you got the moon with Lilith. So that's kind of it. So I strongly advise you watch how you treat feminine energy or women, because you can see it in your third house. Third house communication. Fourth house is a family sign. Again, you have no. The reason why I'm not going to spend a lot of time there is because You have nothing there. See, I'm a different type of reader or astrologer. I ask questions. I don't like to just go, yo, this will happen and that'll happen. And the reason why, because sometimes it will happen and sometimes it won't. I'd rather ask you, hey, what's going on in your fourth house? Because like, why play games? Like, what would you rather do? Let's just be honest. Everybody needs to get from point A to point B, and it's important that you have transportation. So you pull into the shop, and a guy comes out looking like he's from India, and he puts his hand on your hood and goes, "Oh, I can see you haven't had an oil change in the last 3." You understand what I'm saying? When you read a guy like, "Yo, give me an oil change, or check my oil," when everything doesn't have to be psychic. Sometimes it has to be common sense. So, me personally, that's what I would do. Or if I was that type of reader, which I work with people. I'm Jersey guy. I'm not trying to. I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be. Oh, the new Daniel, the new Joe. No, I don't want that. Because many times I was invited to like be a dreamer, and I said no. I fought it. Like I fight it to this day. And they gave me a girlfriend, and my girlfriend used to dream the dream, and I would interpret it because I wouldn't do it on my own because I refused. So that's why I'm not that type of guy. Believe me, you'll get the best of what you need in your life right now, but I'm teaching you to be a leader. And most leaders don't do that. They rather pimp you. They rather make you think that you need them, so you always coming to. I don't work like that. That's why I be flipping people out because they be coming to me and they be thinking and I'm be like, nah, keep it. It's not that important to me. No, you don't understand. And I tell people, okay, if you do this is I already told you, take this option and you'll be cool. Because if you take that option, it's more. And I do that all the time, and they still take that option. It's funny to me. Like now if I was going, hey yo, make sure you take this option. No, you only want that option. It's gonna be reverse psychology. So it gets funny to me. So I don't know what's up in your fourth house, but you got nothing there. But fourth house is family, vehicles, your chest, property, land, real estate, higher education, stuff like that. But you have nothing in the fourth house. So that is Cancer. So I still will follow Cancer. Now we're gonna go over to your 11th house. Well, yeah, we'll go over to your 11th house only because we're getting ready to get into a lot of activity. And when I get done, I want to be done because we're supposed to just go through and get the information. But I haven't skipped over anything that's important. So your 11th house again, Aquarius and Aquarius. So that's friends, community, and are you lonely? Because you ain't got nobody over there. Hey, don't worry, I'm lonely too. Don't worry. That's not a bad thing. When you're lonely, I'm not saying you are, because he's gonna be like, I'm not lonely, you don't know what you're talking about. When you're lonely, you can use that time to study, because that's what I did. Build yourself up. It pays out in the future. Might take a little waiting time. People call that paying dues. So you can use that time to learn. But the fact that I'm not saying you are lonely, I really don't know. But the fact of the matter is, you definitely got a twin soul that's out there that you will. It's destined for you to meet in this life. Now you got your good fortune, a Leo and Leo at 9 and 10. That's crazy. 9, 10. 9, 10. September 10th. Let's see if we can get anything on that number 9, 10. Continue with your positive affirmations and prayers regarding your purpose in life because they're working. So do your prayers and positive affirmation. And they told you that in your house of romance. So they're saying don't give up. They're saying the same thing I just got finished saying. They're saying don't give up. But for some reason, that period of not being too close to family or friends, is a reason. Because I guess they've been training you. Because a lot of times you think people are crazy, but they do be talking to like the unseen and stuff. But you just got to be careful out in public and stuff, because people will think you're nuts. And you got to watch what you tell people, because they're not gonna believe you. Like a guy like me, I should have no problem proving what I believe, because you see what I do out here. But believe it, a guy like me, they'll put in a freaking crazy house, or they'll arrest me. And that's the truth. I'm letting you know right now. They used to kill people, psychic people, and intuitive people. They would just put them. They don't want to believe it. They don't believe it. They don't hear it, and they'd rather kill your ass than listen to you. It's been people like in the Bible that like raised the dead. They still killed them. How are you gonna kill somebody to raise the dead? But this is how crazy this planet is. So that's why you gotta watch who you talk to and what you say and how you act. And sometimes I hate to say it, but you could tell people how to do something the right way and it could get done real easy. But some people you can't. You gotta let them go through that whole long process of making mistakes and all that, because they're not gonna listen to you anyway. You'll be gonna mess your whole situation up trying to help somebody you can't help. So it's a lot of things you learn in life. So I think that's why you got that Vesta R, because you was just too much. And you gotta know how to chill out. Let everything work itself out. Alright, so you got the 910 there. Now I'm gonna do riding the beast 910 to see if there's a 910. Doesn't appear to be. Nope. But then you can do 910 area code. I'm gonna do it real quick and see if it comes up. Now, southeastern North Carolina, Fayetteville, Jacksonville, Wilmington. So I don't know if any of that rings a bell, but we'll leave it like that. But the fact that it was 910, that's real serious numerology, because the next number after 9 would be 10, and then 9 plus 1 is 10, which is 1. So you got that 9-1. So that's really meant 6. So they did that. That's what they're trying to show you. And that's good fortune. It's showing that it's the universe. So they got some kind of music. You got like magic, because that's what that shit look like to me. You got like they put magic in your fifth house of romance and stuff, which that's beautiful. That's like somebody falling for you, but they're kind of like in a trance. Like they be writing music about that. Oh, I'm in a trance. But that shit is true. And like I said, I was on a date. We ate and everything. This is a long time ago, just so everybody knows. This is decades ago, like in the 90s. I was on a date and everything. We ate, and we were just sitting there, and they never brought us a bill ever. And we sat there for a while, and we see we ain't getting no bill. We just walked out. And then we went to Atlantic City. We made money, like we just was getting money. I just in the slot machines. And see, number 54 is Atlantic City, and you got a number 54 in your first house at the East Point. So we'll learn more about if you got money coming when we get to your 8th house and stuff. All right, so we'll do your 6th house. See, they're using your 6th house. You notice how your sun and palace, and they're both at 0. See, these all mean like new beginnings, but they also in palace is at 0 and 28, which is continual reincarnation. So, like with all these zeros in your life and ones, I think your life is just gonna go through something, and I kind of think you're going through it right now. Just the feeling I get, but it's about to change, and that's why you contacted me now. It's about to change, but you got to remember what I told you. Do not be a perfectionist. I'm trying not to curse because more people listen to me now, but you will F it up if you don't get if you don't get this one thing I'm trying to tell you. You might be perfect, because I can see it in your natal chart, but nobody else is. So you got to know when to be perfect and when not to be. Like if you're dealing with let me just try to explain it, because people get offended so quick.
So just give me a chance so I can think about my words. Because I just like to talk. I'm not trying to hurt feelings, but if the car is freaking broke, fix the freaking car. If the alternator is broke, let's talk about the alternator. Oh no, you alternator basher. You hate alternators. Every time I turn on, you're talking about, oh, you're mean. No, we're trying to get to the problem so we can solve it. In the military, you could be perfect. Be there at 6 o'clock, whatever that is. 600, I don't know, 600 hours, I don't know. I think 1100 hours. Then what? So what is it? Let's do military time real quick. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Because if you said 1100 hours, I would think you're talking about 11 a.m. Yeah, you are. Then what? 1200 hours is 12 p.m. 1300 hours is 14. 13 hours is 1. 1400 hours is 2. 6 p.m. would be 1800 hours. 8 p.m. is 2000 hours, right? 24 hours and 2300 hours. Because it's not 100. How could it be 100 anyway? Like 23 hours. I don't know. Because I just say, you hear the military say it, and you say it, but you say it, but it can't be 100. They may say, like, if they want you to be there at 11 p.m., they should just say, like, be here at 23 hours. But I think they do go, like, be here at 2300 hours. I don't know. But anyway, you can do that with the military. That's my point. But you wouldn't do that, like, with your girlfriend. You wouldn't do that with your kids. That's too strict. And that's where you got karma in your past life because you were too perfect. So Vesta went retro. Because Vesta can mean poor health, but I don't think you had no health issues. You was just like that gun-ho dude. Because you can see it on your chart. Even look how your planets line up like soldiers. You understand? So chill out. Like, we appreciate it though. We appreciate because more men need to be there. We're like, more men need to be on. Well, more people need to be on time. But relax. The sun is still gonna come out tomorrow, regardless. Regardless of whether that bed is made up perfectly or it's a little off, the sun is still gonna, so relax. At ease, soldier. You be that dude. Stand down. Stand down, soldier. And I used to be like you a long time ago, but God beat the shit out of me. I gotta say it because that's what He did. He taught me how to just leave it alone. Like, you get trained. You gotta be the best. You gotta be the best. You can't take no for an answer. You need to grow up. You get trained. That's how I got trained. But then after He trains you all that hardcore discipline, because that's what the Bible. That's what I'm trying to tell you. The moon. The moon is about the Old Testament. Do it or you'll get killed. We'll stone you to death. How dare you walk outside with your breast out of your shirt? Kill her. And you still see that. Like in Arabian, you still see that shit going on. That's how it used to be. But then grace came. Jesus, we need to kill this woman. We caught her in a hoe house. Now, we don't have to tell you that we were in a hoe house, Jesus. You don't have to ask us what we were doing, but we're going to kill her. And He's like, nah, I don't got nothing to do with that. Let her go. Then He just told her, go sin no more. He still told her don't sin, but at least He was merciful. So that's the message that I'm getting from your charts thus far. And it was an immediate message. It came like right away. Like, it's urgent because your life's about to change. That's what all these zeros are about. And you're contacting me with divine timing, and you're contacting me right at a time where I'm saying, well, I got a lot of stuff to do. Is anybody that I can give your report to later so I can just get your chart out? And you're like, yeah, you can do it. So this is all divine timing. Because we're getting ready to get into the good start, getting ready to get into the good part of your chart. So now you got the sun, who is a savior of grace, working with other people, palace, the supernatural, and then taking your health sector, which is solving and healing, and they're bringing it into your romance section because that's where you're about to go with your twin. And how's that gonna go? Wow, vertex cross at 6, lover, because vertex cross is a significant meeting, lovers, and then Mercury, conversation, and then look at Carrots at 22. See, I think romantic people listen to me, they be like, oh, that's so sweet. But this is what y'all are doing wrong. I didn't write it. God did. Don't give me the accolades. Give him the praise. I don't want it. I didn't write the chart. Now, if I wrote the chart, okay, maybe I would take it. This is how romantic God is. He's got it all planned out. But we be in third dimensional and we mess it up. See this guy right here? If he comes with that gun-ho attitude, he's going to mess it up. That's why he's getting a warning. We're about to send you your love. She may already be here. But you're going to have to leave that gun-ho, get up at 100 hours and make this and make sure that bet is right. I better be able to bounce a quarter off this. What are you going to do? Tell her to drop down and give you 10? She can drop down for the big 10. Hey, I'm sorry. Dice Man took over for a minute. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry. All right. So now we're going to do a little bit of these numbers. Number 50. Unification and duality. Now, give me a second because when I start switching from window to window, I start forgetting where I was at. All right. You got love, you got unity, duality, the two coming together, duality becoming singularity. Let's do number 15. Number 14, I'm sorry. Still gonna be like a little struggle though, right? Yeah, it's gonna be a struggle, but not that bad. Not if you really realize what I'm telling you. Because like this person really wants to be with you. That's another thing we do in third dimensional. We just mess it up. They'll send us our twin and we don't want it or we don't appreciate it and we blow it. So 49 is paradise. The two coming together, paradise. And in the Bible, that word paradise is a reference to the divine womb. The divine darkness is the divine womb. It's paradise. All right, now so they're telling you that Il Nana gonna be good. Don't mess it up, bro. I'm trying to tell you. And that communication will lead to it. So work on your communication skills because it'll take you to paradise. Now look at that number 2221. Woo! At Kiris. So now we got to do it two ways. What does 21 mean? Come on. Oh yeah, perfect love. Said 2221. Twin flame. I can't even touch that. I can't even touch that. Now I want you to know who's having me do this. Who do you think's having me do this? Do you think it's God? I'm gonna tell you no. Do you think it's angels? I'm gonna tell you no. It's her. It's her higher self. Because this is not the first time stuff like this has happened. It's her higher self getting to you to get you ready. That's why if I would meet my twin, I would feel that love. Like that love would just hit me like unbelievable love. And I didn't know what was going on. Because I didn't know nothing about twin flames. So your chart's just about done, buddy. Looking good. My name's not Buddy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't say your name over the air. I'm just having a little fun. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1, 2. No, sir. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, Juno, because I was going to say that. Well, I wasn't going to say that. They're putting thoughts in my head. Your Juno was all about the serious relationship. And notice how your Juno is at 8. Because that's karma. So she's kind of like your karma, but she's number 8 in your 8th house. It's also about soul, seer, soul reincarnation, finances, things like that. And Saturn. Now this is the funny part. Because Saturn is the disciplinary. This is the funny part. But now, in your Uranus, which is independence, is a 666, which is perfect love. So you also can have perfect harmony with her and perfect love. But there's a message that we can't miss. And ironic, you don't have that many retrogrades, which is good. So we really have to concentrate on your 8th house because they're definitely giving us a message. So I'm not going to rush it. But right now, I'm going to go to your true north node. Well, we already did it. And then we just did your 7th house, which is even though it's your south node, that does not mean, well, that's my south node, that's my past life, I don't have to worry about it. No, because sometimes you carry it over. And sometimes what people do, instead of going over to the north node, they stay in the south node because if they feel more comfortable. But no, you definitely got love coming. That's what all those zeros mean. Now, this is why she's attracted to you. One of the main reasons why is universal, is karma, and she likes you because you are kind of like not a disciplined, like a disciplined person. That's what I mean. I don't mean hitting nobody, but a disciplined person, and that's why she has Saturn with her, and that's what attracts her to you. And even at number 4 is an angelic number. Number 4 is Jupiter, which is the marriage, because I told you you're gonna have past life money. That's why Jupiter is the symbol for Jupiter is like a 4, because number 4 is Jupiter. So you are angelic, you have past life money because of her and you. Jupiter, it's also marriage, which is what Juno wants. Juno wants a serious relationship. She don't play around. And it's also the angelic number. Because I keep telling you, that's why you have to study the information on Capricorn, Cancer, gods, because a lot of angels came down to earth. Now, let's see what the number 51 is. Give me a second. So, oh yeah, universal achievement. Still the same thing as saying oneness. So what the universe tries to tell us is the archangels tell us the way it really is. Like, I've never had anything about my twin from the spirit realm that wasn't beautiful and loving, and it's so wonderful. But in the real world, we don't talk, we never got along, and blah blah blah, took each other through hell. So we can't blame the angels. We can't blame, because all of us can make choices. We all can make choices to surrender and stuff like that. And if our other half does come to us because they're trying to surrender, we can either embrace it or try to say, oh, I totally, ease the tension. Or we can say, no, because you got me fired. No, because you can keep up the ego, the third dimensional. So you can't blame, like when you get older and it doesn't happen, you can't blame the universe. You can't blame the angels, because you were given an opportunity and you didn't take it. You chose to stay third dimensional. And that's why when people come to me, you got to understand. It's like the Karate Kid. When he came to whatever that guy's name, Mr. whatever, Mr. Miyagi or something, you're coming to the teacher. He's already skilled. He's already been trained by the universe. He already knows. And you're coming from like, oh, I used to hang out in the city, and you thinking you're a badass, and maybe you were, or you got all these ideas. And he's trying to tell you, you got to go back to basics. Get your natal chart, like this gentleman did. Go back to basics and find out what's going on. And then you got to start to build your life on that natal chart. You might get angel card readings. You have to build your life on that. And it can't be based on numerology. They just use the numbers to get your attention. But we can't sit here and talk about every number you see. How much time do you think I have? I see numbers too. Like, I'm just being honest. We can't, or if you're seeing, we gotta really get focused on your map. That's the main thing. And then my goal is to help make people stronger. That's why I go step by step. I explain everything step by step. Now it's up for that person to continue however they want to do it. Now, if for any reason they feel, oh, I still need more of this or more of that, okay, then that's something different. That's not like a basic natal chart and stuff like that. That's something way different. And the reason why that becomes way different, because all of us have responsibilities. All of us have life journeys. And for this ministry I do, multitasking is the key, because I can deal with a lot of people. Multitasking. But when somebody wants like that individual stuff, I'm losing in the fact that I can't deal with multi people no more. I'm not helping as many people. And also, I can't get nothing done because I'm just in one spot. So that's totally different. And what I'm saying, we all have journeys. So whatever I'm doing out here is based on the main reason, the main thing, the main agenda is helping people. And then second, I got responsibilities in life too, because everybody got to keep heat on, electricity, and stuff like that. But I'm being reasonable and trying to help. But sometimes people are unreasonable because they just are stuck on what they see and what they want. And when you say stuff like love and light, then you're gonna be one. If you really believe in love and light, you're gonna be one of those people to say, "Oh yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. Well, this is for everybody. We're trying to help everybody." But if you don't really believe in love and light, you're trying to say, "Oh no, no, I really need attention and blah 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 blah." And I'm like, you got the angels, you got God. What you need, what you really need, honestly, is your natal chart. And if you got questions, maybe an angel card reading. And we see how that's done out here. In both of those cases, you don't need somebody right there unless you like. There's no reason. Like, I'm just being honest. There's no reason. You just need to listen because it's right there. But if you still feel a certain way, then okay, we'll do it that way. But that's gonna have to be scheduled, and that's not the same thing as like a natal chart request or an angel card reading request. That's called a consultation. That's totally different. And that's it. All right. So what happened, and why did that happen? That was crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it happened purposely. Cause I swore I was in your eighth house. And I don't know how I just went over it. They said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cause they made me jump from your seventh house to your ninth house. That's deep. But 5 and 4 is 9. But I was already gonna do 54. Cause listen, see, I tried to tell y'all, let me be me. Cause somebody said, oh, he missed the whole. He's real stupid. Don't listen, he's a dummy. But look at medium Coeli, 9. Cause they made me jump from your. I totally didn't see it. I totally skipped from your eighth house and went to your ninth house for medium Coeli. So let's stay right. All right. So, but we're gonna stay in your ninth house. Then we're going back to your eighth house. Cause there you have Venus. All right. Now, let's see what number 40 means. 40. 40. It says the pain that you put each other through, twin flame pain, but that leads you to eventually to higher understanding. And it's funny because you're in the ninth house with that higher understanding. So what they're saying is without that twin flame pain, and there will be pain, it will be pain, but it'll also be ascension at some point. All right, let's see. And why? But now look, why is 40, which is about pain, because it's independent. That's Uranus. See, Uranus doesn't want to listen to Saturn. Just to let you know, they're showing you your struggle. Maybe that's why they kicked me. See, the bottom line is how you really do a natal chart is it tells you a story, but you gotta know how to walk that walk. And sometimes it goes sweet because I just did a natal chart where on that all that Scorpio stuff. That's probably I really love that one because I really went where I needed to go first. I didn't just go like house 1, house 2, house 3. I really popped all around. But it just depends. Like this is intuitive. That's why somebody listens. Oh, why did you do this on this one, but didn't do it? It's intuition. That one didn't need it. You gotta learn how to just focus on your chart. Don't focus on all the other stuff. That's what I'm point. You're calling me and you're talking about lights on and all that and all this other stuff that has nothing. Focus on your chart. The sooner you focus on your chart and learn how to deal with your chart, I guarantee the better your life is going to get. But as long as you're focusing on all this other stuff, you're going to keep being distracted. And really, that's what negative energy wants you to do, be distracted. because your power is getting your chart and realizing what you need to do. All right, so now we're getting a better idea. Now, I got to read to you what 54 is, because you got 54 with Juno and 8, and you got 54 with your East Point. And remember, past life money, that's what it's about. And they try to get you your money, and these are some of the ways that they do it. Now, the number 54 is actually about Atlantic City, but this guy puts Virginia. Now, we know Virginia's not in Atlantic City. Now, you can find this at Riding the Beast, number 54. So he's talking about the Virgin. But he talks about Virgin, Atlantic City. And when I hear Atlantic City, it makes me think of Atlantis. But we all know where Atlantic City is, New Jersey. Then he starts to talk about the Mafia. He said, well, what does the Mafia got to do with this? But again, what are they? They're a group. So they could be referring to a soul group. But they said the Mafia has the control of the games in the casino. All the personnel of the casino, from the sweeper to the director, they're registered to the syndicate of the Mafia, and they wear the number 54. And their symbol number hangs on their clothing. So that number 54, again, that's the number of ascension. That's when they both become one. And that's why at the 9th hour, because 5 plus 4 is 9, at the 9th hour, Jesus cried out and said, it is done. And he ascended to the Father. So you're seeing this with the twins, and then house 4 is family, and house 5 is romance. So that number 54 just has to do, I want to make sure I don't miss something. It does have to do with the souls becoming one or ascension. And trying to see. Atlantic City could mean something having to do with Atlantis. I really don't know. Oh yeah, but Atlantic City is about that money. So that's what I'm getting from it. Only plus you see it. I think you see it. Let me go back one more time. Give me a second. But you had that past life money. And I think that's one of the things that 54 represent. Because like you could go somewhere, like a casino, and make a whole lot of money. They call it luck or whatever. But that's what believe it or not, that's what the higher self is. The 9th house is about luck. And guess what? Because Jupiter rules Sagittarius, and Sagittarius rules Jupiter, and it's all about money and luck. So that's what you're seeing on your chart. That's why I had to go slow, because I know these were the areas that we really had to take time on, and that's what I did. So the struggle is going to be between the independence and the discipline. Now, we don't know, and see, there you got it again. What I said in your 10th house, let's wait. Now, we don't know who's going to be the one that wants to be independent and who's going to be the one that wants to be more serious. But we do know that Juno is a feminine energy, or at least a feminine desire, because sometimes guys are real romantic. It'd be the female that don't be as romantic. So Juno is at 8, which is karma, 8th house, past life, money, and then she's at 54 or whatever. So I don't know. And you might want to take her out to like a casino and stuff like that. I don't know. Just play with me. I don't know. Play some slot machines or something. If you can go to a show or something. When me and a Kenyan, because I never said my former girlfriend's name was like a soulmate to me. I call it a Kenyan. So when me and a Kenyan went to Atlantic City one time, we just got down there. We didn't even know what to do, but we were able to see his show. And we saw Elvis impersonator. He did a really good job. So there's gonna be a desire for a more serious relationship, and there's gonna be a independent desire that's not gonna really want that, which is gonna cause friction. But according to your 9th house, you will overcome it. You will get healing, and you will get higher self. But they're kind of saying that somehow. Well, see, one reason why it's fun, because me and her had a lot of fun. Like, I like to just go. Like I don't like to just go to one place so me and her used to just walk. We wouldn't walk all through. We walk all over the place, and then we would jump in a car and we would go from casino to casino. And this is what I'm talking about. This past life money, and we would park and never pay. Like we would go up in them garages and stuff, and there wouldn't be nobody there, and we would never pay to park. That shit used to happen all the time. I'm not lying. We would eat and get up and just walk out because nobody paid. Now this is a long time ago. I would never do stuff like this now. We would just nobody would come past the bill, so we would get up and walk out. And play the slot machine, get money. And Atlantic City, it never sleep. So you be walking around like 4 o'clock in the morning. You might be tired, but then all of a sudden you come up on an area where it's a band playing and everybody's still dancing. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning. But that's a romantic place. I mean, it doesn't have to be. It could be any casino, though. Really, it depends on where you at. So what they're trying to tell you is, whatever happens, if you get with her and make it fun, then you two will commit. Like you two will get to your higher self. But there is going to be a problem because somebody's going to want to be independent and somebody's going to want to be more serious. And that's one of the struggles y'all going to have. And that's what you can see in your 9th house. Now we're going to go back to your 8th house because they wanted me to say that before they said the 8th house because I would have never jumped like that because it's only 2 things in your 8th house that I really need to talk about. 3 at the most. But for some reason, they made me think that was your 8th house. But she is at 8. Because I guess that the Juno is at 8. They wanted me to tell you about that past life money and where you can get it from. And now, I'm not telling you to gamble and spend your money away. You got, like I said, you got to always be a man. Like, if you got to be an adult. Like, don't do foolish stuff. But, anybody could go out and play some slot machines or go out for, show or dinner or whatever. Just walk around, hold her hand. If you got the money, because they're going to be trying to sell you roses, buy some roses and stuff. Oh, I'm seeing into the future. See, that's my point. I just let the natal chart tell me. I'm not one of those psychics. It's just I don't know. Well, like I don't even consider myself psychic. I'm intuitive. But you have people to be like, oh, I see this from your future, and I see that. And if they really do, then God bless them. But some people just say that shit, and they just be blowing smoke up people's asses and shit. And you spending all this money and shit. And I'd be like, nah, I don't want to do that. They be like, nah, I want you to do this for me. I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. Cause I can sit here and be like, yo, I'll do it, sure. Who wouldn't do it? Who wouldn't? But I'm like, nah. I'm a real dude. I work for mine, bro. So so now we're going to your 8th house, which has who? Oh yeah, cause Scorpio. Your whole chart is like that. Your house's rule actually has its ruler. It perfectly lines up. Like your first house really is Aries. It's usually not like that because you might have a first house Pisces or first whatever. So now you got 5, which is Pluto. 5. So you gonna have like deep, passionate love. Your 8th house is pretty easy. You better get ready because you're gonna need it. They telling me that L9 gonna be good. I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk about your girlfriend. But is that L9 gonna be good? So 5, let's see what 52 is. 52, fight and struggle. Oh, y'all gonna be fighting and struggling. Y'all be fighting and struggling. Next thing you're having passion and sex and shit. But that's the transformation too, because that's all about the change. So there will be struggles, but where they put it at, this is the house of sex and everything. So be arguing 1 minute, having all kind of crazy sex the next minute. So I think your girl gonna be a little freaky, bro. That's the vibe I'm getting off of it, especially with Venus. She in there too. So realize that. 40. Okay, what was 12 again? Because Venus is saying 12. Yep, still about that fighting and struggling. But it seems like it's in a good way, though. So don't get so upset. That's what I'm trying to tell you about that. Don't be so upset. You got to learn how to go with the flow. Because Aries is air. You got to learn how to just go with the flow. but y'all are gonna have struggles. Them numbers is all about struggling. So I'm not gonna say it's past life karma because I don't see no retrogrades. But you're definitely gonna have struggle. But I just told you how to do it. She wants fun at the end of the day. Well, all females though, but she's kind of freaky and she wants fun. But don't no matter what she tells you, because somebody definitely wants a serious relationship. Because you got Juno right there with her with the feminine energy. So one of y'all definitely is gonna want that serious relationship. But it's just that element of fun. They want to be fun. They want to argue. They want to have crazy sex. They want to break up, make up. So that's what they're trying to tell you. Don't let your perfection stop you. Because just because somebody's saying, "Oh, I'm not ready," what they're really saying is, "Make me a believer." Like make me want to. And like a lot of females, they just want fun, 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 fun. So and they're telling you to go with the flow. Just believe in it. See, like I said, if I had my natal chart, believe me, if I had all this information, I think I would have did way better with my twin flame. But I didn't have none of that. But you guys, y'all fortunate. Y'all got the information ahead of time. But she's a good woman. She will get faithful. So your Jupiter retrograde, don't even worry about it. See, you really don't have no bad karma. Don't worry about it. That's past life money. You definitely got past life. From the moment you meet her and y'all start going out, you're gonna see past life money. But what I do want to do, because your 12th house, the dysfunction they really talking about is your union with your twin, because it's considered dysfunctional if y'all not together. So what you really want to do in your 12th house, I already told you that's past life money. Don't worry about it because you really don't have no bad karma. Investor was just telling you do not be so, because you're close to perfect, but you can't be that way with somebody else. You gotta learn how to be loving and forgiving and just let it go. Breathe. Um, 16. 16 is about karma. You meet your karmic debt. No, excuse me. 16, incarnation, completion, nearing. What does that mean? It means you're close to solar ascension. And that's why your sun sign is what, Leo. And really, you could almost go for Leo and a Virgo, almost. But not, it's not fully on the line. But that's why I say it's even at 0. So if I wanted to call you a Virgo Leo, I could. And it's funny because that 54 number, he said the Virgin, and you're at that Virgo. So I'm saying you got to really take what I said about number 54 seriously. Now, and 10 is when a 5 and 5 coming together, the twin flames. 12, we already did it. All right, so now we're going to go across finally to your 8th house. Well, we already did your 8th house. We did the numbers. All right. Now your 10th house can all be about your career, but sometimes your career is your twin. And you notice how you got Mars at 22? So somebody's going to like to argue. I kind of get the feeling it's going to be her, but I could be wrong. Somebody likes to argue. They like to struggle, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean they're not a faithful mate. They just like, some people just like to, like some people like to philosophize and they like to challenge, like cats. If you ever had a cat, a kitten, he's gonna come up to you trying to scratch on your leg or something and stuff. You put your finger out, he's gonna jump on and try to grab and act like he's gonna bite it. That's how she is. Cause I'm getting the feeling it's feminine energy. So if there was any really bad karma in your past life, it's the female didn't feel cherished. That's Lilith. You didn't talk to her. That's all it was. In the 3rd house, you didn't talk to her. So make sure you communicate in this house. And where's your Mercury at? See, your Mercury is in your relationship house, same thing. So if you talk in this life, I mean that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't breathe easy. Like don't be perfect. Because she might be talking, you might be saying that's stupid. I don't want to talk about that. You gotta learn how to just talk anyway. Like if you guys are really gonna date or really get with somebody, you gotta really learn. Like that person has to become a valuable point in your time. It has to. So you might be saying, man, she's sitting here talking about stupid stuff. I could be doing this. But the fact of the matter is you're in a relationship, so you gotta make time for everything and not use words like stupid and stuff. Alrighty. 20 the number 24. Alright. Now 24 can mean soul incarnation into material world. But then you have Capricorn. You see Capricorn right there. So again, you'd have to study that information on Capricorn and Cancer. And then you have Neptune again at 3 and 4. And 4 can be the angel, but it can also be marriage. And 3 can be 1. When a woman becomes 1. And well, higher self, when you go back to higher self, it's number 3. Because that's the woman. Your higher self will always be feminine. Everything comes from the divine womb. Everything will return to the divine womb. But you're going to be getting all this information in your dreams. That's why Neptune is there. 9 is the 2 coming together. It's the 4 and the 5. And then 13, again, they're still showing you that test, though. That test. Now, remember they told you that your career would be spiritual. Well, your 10th house is showing like Neptune, so you might have a career in anything related to dreams and dreams interpretation. But your career can also just be a twin flame situation, and you have that as 22 with Mars, so that could be it. Or you might be some type of marriage counselor, because you got the 22, you got the Mars. Because all Neptune is, planet Neptune is like a bridge between you and your twin. Because that's telepathy and dreams. So medium quality. Medium Corelli with Jupiter would mean marriage, but you don't have Jupiter there, but you do have number 4, which can be Jupiter. So it's still kind of implying, but that's what medium quality can be. It's like the highest point on the chart. It could also be like ascension. So that's why I said is no. I don't know what Noble Drew Ali has to do with twin flames, but like I said, even with my twin, I could see it. That's how I started this off, because that's like at your highest point, and they hit you with 913 and Capricorn, because Noble Drew Ali was a Capricorn. So, but some people, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Some people say he was like the devil walking, and that's why he was a Capricorn. Because even if you go to your tarot card number 15, you got the devil and you got the twins, and he's holding them in bondage. And that card is a Capricorn. And the number did say incarnate. Because that number, let me look at the number again. The number 4, let me make sure I say it correctly. Let me say, I think it's 24 is incarnation. And then 13 is serpent. 13 is serpent or tester. I think I'm talking to the devil. Alright, everybody calm down. Alright, 24. 24, come on. It says harmony after the struggle is 24. But one of those numbers definitely mean our incarnation. 22, 3, 9 is they come together. 3 is higher self. 4 is basically marriage. 22. Alright, let me do it again. Okay, now this one. Soul incarnation into material world. That's number 24. So that's something to think about. And it makes sense. It may not make sense to y'all, but it do make sense because I'm gonna tell you just a little stuff. See, people get caught up on words like spirit and soul, and they want to beat you down, and I don't know. But let's just say Capricorn is noble duality, and you know, we've been trained that when we hear the word devil, we just go evil and yada yada yada. And so if that was his number, basically 913 or 1913 or whatever else. But if that energy came back, it might come back as Capricorn again, and it might come back as 913. And the Moors, see, Neptune rules the water, but the Moors used to rule the water. So you don't know who you were like in past life. So, and it might just be sharing energy. It's like people just overreact. They just get too crazy. And one thing you got to understand about what we do, if you believe it, you're going to receive it. If you don't believe that crap, it really won't have no power. Like whenever people really have a problem, it's because they believe it. If you don't believe that stuff, you won't. You won't. Just don't open up. Don't deliberately open up no portals or nothing. But don't make no contracts or covenants or nothing. But in this valley, you walk through a lot of stuff. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. So what I'm doing really quick, I'm just gonna say Noble Drew Ali, and I'm just gonna put in twin. I'm not even gonna put in twin flame. Noble Drew Ali twin. Let's see if anything comes up from a search engine, and then I'm gonna go to YouTube and do a YouTube search engine. Hey, Newark, New Jersey. I keep getting so many people from my area. I'm out here in Jersey. Newark is north of me, about 40 minutes. Timothy Drew, known to his members as Prophet Noble Drew Ali, founded the Moorish Science Temple of America in 1913 in Newark, New Jersey. And then they say Prophet Noble Drew Ali was a Hebrew, but that's Doggy Diamond TV. Alright, so now I'm gonna go to YouTube and see if we can find it. Oh well, these dudes really are twins. Hey, but this just came out like 3 days ago. See, now y'all gotta listen to what I'm saying. This is on Black News 102 on YouTube, just 3 days ago. And the number right now, let me get y'all won't believe me. Even this number is 9199. Even that shit is suspect. See, I'm trying to tell you, you just gotta learn how to see the bigger picture. When you understand what's going on, the world we're in, for the most part, is run by Satan. That's hands down. Now, God is still in control, but if you study your Bible, it's made perfectly clear. Jesus said it in John 16, he said it. He said it again in John 17:17. At Luke chapter 4, Satan said, this is my world. I could give it to whoever I want. And Jesus never said, hey, it's not your world. So, he can come and go any way he please. Or he can use just energy. Like, you ain't got to go crazy with it. Because I'm trying to say, the more you understand metaphysics, you got to realize darkness has a place and light has a place. That doesn't mean you go do dark. That's up to you. But you going whatever you do. Like if you choose darkness, you're gonna get whatever darkness is and discipline or whatever. If you choose light, you're gonna get whatever light is and reward. Like, it's a choice people make. But the fact that I'm trying to associate Twin Flame with Noble Drew Ali, and now you got 3 guys that just came out 3 days ago, the twins, talking about he was a Hebrew Israelite or something. So, and they just happen to be twins. Like, somebody's making a statement. That's all I can say. And a lot of people say, what does that got to do with me? It got to do with you, that it's in your chart. Now, whether it has a deep impact on you in your life, it may not. I don't know, but it's still on your chart. So I had to talk about it. So now let me just end it. In Revelation chapter 11, like 9/11 Twin Towers, you got Revelation chapter 9/11 is a destroyer that people keep asking me about. And then Revelation chapter 11, you got the two prophets of the twins. They can cause fire to come down from earth, or so-called angels coming back down, or UFOs, or whatever the case might be. But if you notice in Revelation chapter 11, verse 6 to 8, it's talking about the beast. The beast. And somebody needs to ask what zodiac sign is the beast. But we know in the devil card it's Capricorn. So sometimes people should just try to think a little bit. Now here's another one. 100 years later, the tales of Noble Drew Ali. Time travel, mind control, alien technology. But that was 2 years ago. And this dude's name is Peter Moon. And now, oh yeah, that is. They showed the living color. They showed living color when Damon Wayans did Louis Farrakhan. That shit funny. Cause when I saw it, I thought it was Louis Farrakhan. I said they go Louis Farrakhan. I look just like living color. Then when I looked, it was living color. That shit made me laugh. That was funny. And they said Noble Drew Ali taught Farah Muhammad and Noble Drew Ali and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You never know, cause these are all Moors. I keep telling you, they're all Moors. So I know what kind of connection this dude got, but you definitely got a connection to the Moors, bro. All right, so I'm gonna say what astrological sign is the beast? I don't know if I'm gonna get an answer. And it doesn't make you a bad person. This is what people don't understand. There's a reason for everything. Just like they keep showing me that the woman you're gonna be with, she gonna be like freaky. She gonna like to argue and stuff. But it's not necessarily that she's disloyal. In fact, they use Juno, and Juno's usually very loyal. But she's gonna like bring the drama. But she's gonna love to get busy. Who wishes is already? Come on. Because we know the Scorpion in Revelation 9, the Destroyer, he's probably a Scorpio. He's a Scorpion. And you see him coming out of the Pluto. He's coming out of the bottomless pit of Pluto, the underworld. So you know he's probably a Scorpio. So I'm sure if we weren't looking, you could figure out what the astrological sign of the beast is. But it would just take too long. And this has already been long enough. Let me just do this. Zodiac Beast, too good. Card combos. Did some stupid stuff. Alright, so we're gonna get dancing. Alright, bros and sisters. I'm done. And I think we did 9, 10. Yeah. Alright, let's look at the chart one more time. So like I said, if somebody, it looks like your 10th house is more about uniting with your twin. But if I did, I'd say, well, this person has something to do with struggles, even dreams. Because the Neptune, it could be water, and Capricorn just means you're really like a worker. But even to push it a little bit further, because you even got that, you got the whole noble druid thing going on. So you might be some type of leader, and even with Neptune rules Pisces, so that would mean you would be some type of spiritual leader. Possibly some type of counselor, because a lot of preachers are marriage counselors and stuff. So that was an interesting read. So hope you take that information in. I could repeat it all, but I would just be saying the same thing. And everybody act like people say, when will this happen? Well, one thing we know, they want you to know about it because this is the divine timing. So they're telling you now. And then for other people, and this, well, I'll keep it 100. This particular request was just for a natal chart reading, and that's what they got. But if they want to do like the angel cards, that's totally up to them. That's that. That's how you do it though. You get the natal chart, make sure you know how to ask your question, then you ask your question. But like I said, it is my goal to process everybody's order, but it has to stay in the realm of the order. And I made that clear. I think I just get, people are so excited, but you gotta make, it's a step-by-step process. And you gotta really be willing, because you can't come. I can't pull up into the auto mechanic and go, "Oh wow, man, in just 2 months we're going out of town, and wow, I'm so excited, and fix this, and look at that, and fix this, and get that." And I think I want to, like, dude, like, we gotta sit down and figure out what's going on. And second off, can you really afford all that? And then third off, dude, does that really need to be done? Is this really healthy for you or for the car? And it's like you got to figure it out. So that's what I'm trying to do. Being very honest, very realistic, but we got to be honest. So I appreciate it when people understand that. This has been Yet. I want to thank the gentleman for letting me just go around the chart the way we did. But as you noticed, we didn't miss any numbers. We looked up whatever we needed to look up and things like that. Now all I have to do is, with this video or whatever, do it again, add the numbers, and put that in. But that'll be after we get some of these people, address them, and process their requests. This is Gat. You're listening to Archangel Revelations and Prophecy 444. God bless.